doubts and mental fatigues, psychic, we call it psychic irritants, restlessness will be solved. So this is a very good book. Attitude. Okay. Let me read, then I will explain you one by one. And may I ask you a question? How long have you been practicing meditation?
My life?
Yeah.
Almost 3 years.
3 years.
I started 3 years back.
Mm-hmm.
One day, one of my friends was giving me Thai massage, and it was very painful massage, very painful.
Okay.
She was like all her weight, not with the hands.
Yeah, I know.
All, and it will continue like 2 hours. She said. In first moments, I was like, what I'm doing, how I can stand for 2 hours in this pain. But she was always telling me, inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale. It was so painful, and I was making myself like this, but trying to
Yeah, you force
breathe.
yourself.
Yes, trying to breathe. And then after maybe 40 minutes, some informations come to my mind, like appreciate your pain. When I read
Accept
some
your
books,
pain.
I didn't understand when I read at that time what does it mean. Appreciate. Love your pain, what does it mean? You feel something but you don't understand. Then I start to slowly realize that where is pain most, it needs more healing. It means this place is healing more when it's pain. I don't know. So this breath, after a while, I don't start to feel pain. I was feeling pain, but it was giving me some joy. I was feeling that there needs and it's healing. I don't know. So then I realized this is power of breath also. And from that day, I decided
to meditate. Okay, so what was happening today in your mind? What kinds? Yeah, what is distraction? It's kinds of frustration.
Yeah, and it's with me for maybe 3 months. That's why at the end of this, I said, okay, I'm going Vipassana. I need meditation. I need to ease my mind to see clearly what I have to do, what I need, what I want, who I am. I don't know why so many images, pictures coming from my whole life. How is my personality? What is repeating in my life all the time? It seems like it passes.
Yeah.
A period of my time it passes. I feel like okay, but then come again. So I couldn't concentrate. I made all day meditation, walking, sitting, but very little time. I was concentrated. Very short time.
Okay.
I was always leaving my thoughts and.
Okay, so before explaining how to maintain your attitudes during meditation, let me explain you the nature of the calm mind. So when it comes to the practice, what you are experiencing, what you have been experiencing, is equal to every meditators. We experience the same. We experience the pain, we experience the frustration, depression, anxiety, fear, or low of self-esteem, and whatever happened in the past. Different events in life of any kind. It can be bad or good, or at any places. Workplace, at home, with the family, with friends, at school, like everywhere. What we have gained, we call it a memory. So memory, we store in our own mind through different, through our senses, and sometimes we store it with sadness, sometimes we store it with judgment, sometimes we store the experience with immense, with huge, depression, or so sometimes we suppress, we suppress. So the suppression is not a healthy technique in Buddhism. Like sometimes psychologists they use, but like suppression without understanding. Suppression
means like press your emotions.
Yeah.
Ignore it.
We like the mental. The mental process or the mental functions is quietly similar. Rejection, ignoring, suppression, repression. Even the terms are different technically, but mentally we like simply we don't like. That is we reject or we ignore. Simply we don't like. It is a mental conflict. From psychology, if there is a conflict between it and ego, so the superego tends to suppress. So what I want to say is, when you are alone, when your mind gets calmer and calmer, you will experience whatever you suppressed in the past. To be honest with you, even I'm a monk, so the massive challenges I have been facing is I can, to be honest with you, the desire, like loving to have a good family, before I got to know real Buddhist practice of meditation, we use the same technique. We suppress because ego, like it is, it's that some desires we have, and our ego, it a conflict, and we suppress it. And when it comes to meditation, it came up, like you are a monk, like different story come, but I consulted the teacher and I learned step by step how to let go. So not to hold it, but you learn how to let go, or how to forgive. It's really hard because that wounds have been suppressed for a long time. It can be 10 years, it can be, it depends on how old are you, like it depends on the chronological age you are. So it happens to everyone, like, to be honest with you, it happens to every meditators because you are alone and your mind gets calmer and calmer and gets focused on a specific subject, on a particular subject. That's your breath, and you try to force, sometimes we use the force your mind to be calm, to be peaceful, and to be focused on your breath. So there are monsters, we call it in Buddhism, we call it negative mind. So when you try to develop the positive mind, it naturally happens that the negative minds will come up, and they want to create the confrontation within your own mind. Okay, and it's one thing in Buddhism we call it 5 hindrances. So 5 hindrances. So hindrances are the phenomena which are capable to block, to interrupt you, to deprive you of doing meditation, to stop you. It is clear, and they are called 5 hindrances. So they can be subjects for meditation. One thing is sensual desires, like desires, or you can say desires, or the memory that you store by your 6 senses, even desire for good food, desire for physical sensation, desire for smell, like through the 6 senses, like it comes up. When you meditate, you feel as if you want to eat some turkey or chicken or pork, like it's like, because that experience will pop up to stop you. And sometimes you might feel, we call it sensual desires will come to block you and telling you different story. Okay, you can go to the party, you can go with friend, like I mean the pleasant experiences you have gone through will pop up and will interrupt you not to do meditation but doing something else. Is one hindrance. Okay, this just you have to learn that as a meditator. We have to know, and they can be used as the subjects of meditation. Means you can observe it. As I explained you, it's really hard. We need time to practice. So this is a distraction. This is the sensual desire. This is you. You observe it. You see how it works, how it pop up. Like we train our mind not to get caught up. That is the technique, or not to get involved. Yeah. It's really hard, but like you have to see from a distance. Okay, this is a distraction. Okay, breathing in, breathing out. Like we try to mentally detach from the distraction or from the pain. Is one thing, and second thing is we call it Vyapada. It means that aversion, like anger, like mental conflict. Aversion will arise when you practice meditation. Like it can not, like even in Buddhism it is translated from the Pali term aversion, but it can be frustration, it can be sadness, it can be anxiety, it can be depression, like what you are experiencing now. They will pop up and like hurt you, like interrupt you, block you from doing meditation, like and to let you feel I call it depressed, or feel discouraged, like not to practice meditation, but you are bound to do something else, rather than meditating. And like what you are experiencing now is hindrance. And the third one is physical and mental sleepiness. Mental and physical sleepiness. Sometimes we feel very tired. We feel very tired. I don't want to do anything. I want to sleep. I want to read the book. Like no energy. Like no energy. It's like you don't have mental and physical energy that you want to sleep all the time. Like it's restless. You feel very physical and mental laziness. We call it laziness or sleepiness. Very lazy.
All day I was telling myself,
Yeah.
I feel so lazy. I was looking out and months another
Mm-hmm.
month doing something on the sun, and this heat is not helping me also.
Yeah, I know,
And
I know.
I was feeling so lazy, and I shamed of myself because they are working, they are doing something. I want to help, but I don't have energy. So all day I was thinking also of this laziness.
Okay, so 3 now. First one, sensual desires, aversion, and then mental and physical laziness. And the fourth one is, I call it restlessness and repentance. Repentance means that worrying about what happened in the past, worrying about
What will happen in the future?
yeah, you are worrying, you are repent. Why I did this?
Yes.
It would be in this way is better. So like it kinds of mental, we call it in English, we call it repentance. You get hurt or worried about what you have done and what you haven't done in the past, both bad thing or good thing. Like what happened to what is my plan? It is not in the direct way. Should I change the plan? Oh, I was a bad person. Like it kinds of stuff will come up during like when we practice. That is why you need a guide, you need a teacher. So the final one is, and it can be restlessness, that your mind, you will experience more distraction, mind wandering. Okay, so the final one is doubtfulness. You will be doubtful. We call it skeptical. Yeah, skeptical about yourself, about the practice, about the meditation. You will be skeptical and you will be doubtful of every situation, everything in your life. Like you are not sure what you are doing. Like it's we call it doubt. You have doubt. You are not sure. That simply you lost confidence in yourself and in whatever you are doing now. So these are the 5 hindrances will pop up, and every meditator have to experience. Because why? Because we are trying to change the mental habits, not as the way they have been working so far, but as we want. Because when we interpret very, very profoundly that what we have been doing is we including me, we were slave to our own desire. Like we just follow whatever your mind says to do, even either it's good or not. That we have been a follower. Like we are slave. We are slaves to our own mind. And so slavery, mental slavery, has been such a long time, and then we change its habit. We try to be a master of our own mind. So it's a conflict, like it's a mental conflict. And if you take a good example from any country, that before the people they were slaves, and now they want to be a master. So there will be a conflict between a master and a slave. So similarly, it happens in the mind, because we have been used to be a slave. Like when you see some food, you want to eat, and if you want to scold, you want to scold. If you want to be angry, you get angry. It's we have been used to that. So when we are starting meditating, so we change its habits, the way they have been working so far. So this happened because it's a conflict. It's a conflict because you are trying to cultivate something good, and bad emotion don't like. So they have conflict. It creates different story. It's like in a society when you do something good and some people, some bad people or some jealous people, they don't like whatever you do. Like they create some conflict, So this happens. What I want to say, this happens to every meditator, even for me, even for everyone. Like it's very hard to deal with sometimes, but we have to learn from those experiences, from those distractions, or we have to learn from those hindrances, that this is you, yeah, this is you. What you are experiencing is completely you, totally you. So should you reject, or should you run away, should you escape? No, they are unavoidable, they are inevitable. You cannot run away from your own issue. You have to face it, and you have to face it. Now I mean, you feel sad, you feel frustrated, because the way you face it, there's something wrong with the way you interpret it, or the way you face it, or the way you look at it. So that is why I told you yesterday, you have to change the way you look at it. It is clear. You have to change the way. Sometimes we can use the mask. Now you use how to say that? You use the same mask you used before in the past. Like, it is clear. Now you have to change the way you look at your problem. You have to change. You have to use new strategies, to cope with your own issues. And this is you, and you might feel I'm a mess. It happens, but it can be changed when you change the way you look at them. This is the step, and to be honest, first step is you have to accept, this is me. If I want to change myself, if I want to change what I am experiencing now, I have to change the way I think. You have to change the way you think, and how to change is the practice. And we can use, in psychology we use rationalization that you think, yeah. And in Buddhism we use yoniso manasikara. It means that yoniso manasikara means the word is, I forgot the direct translation, but it's wisely attention. Wisely, you have to analyze whatever experience with the wisdom, with we call it intellectual factors. Like this, like for example, this is life. Okay, now these attitudes will help you. I will explain them it well. It is clear now. So now you have to say, this is me, okay? Never mind what to do. I feel sad. I feel mess. Okay, this is me. First step, you have to accept the way you are. And because this is conflict, because you want to be concentrated, you want to experience the calmness, but when they pop up, because you like calmness, when they pop up, you feel, oh, what happened to me? I'm in a meditation center, and you like, I know that you try to compare what they are doing good, why I can't do that. Like, it kinds of self-destructive thoughts will come, or self-blaming. You start blaming yourself. You start judging yourself. This happens. We call it self-complaint. You complain to yourself. That's why they are called hindrances. It's happened to everyone. So you cannot avoid. This is like, the good example is like, I use my example is like If there is a blue sky, there is a storm, raining, thunder, lightning, they all happen together. In life you cannot expect only the blue sky. You cannot expect good boyfriend, good friend, good feather, good food. No, good and bad equally play the roles in our life. So this is the way we have to this is the reality in life, and we cannot run away, we cannot escape. What we can do is accept it with smile. This is what we can do, like like you have to change the way to look at it, and you have to change the way to cope with them, or you have to change the way to encounter them. You cannot run away. Smile. That is that, like in Buddhism we call it, that is why we call it we have to practice loving kindness or loving friendliness. I will teach you tomorrow, and tomorrow I won't discuss, but tomorrow I will teach you how to practice self-compassion, okay, self-forgiveness, self-acceptance. In Buddhism, that learn to forgive yourself, learn to accept yourself. So tomorrow I will teach you, I will guide you to practice that meditation. Okay? Now I think a little bit okay now, yeah? Yeah. Now we go to the attitudes, and I will finish at what time now? Yeah. Now you just relax, like okay, you just walk, you just enjoy, like you can try to analyze. You have to analyze from distance, as I said. Okay, this is the sadness, this is the nature of the sadness. Sadness is like that. Frustration is like that. Like you analyze them, and you analyze them, you analyze their nature, that you use them as the subject of meditation. Not with eyes closed, but with open eyes you can analyze, or you can close your eyes, you analyze. Okay, today at that time I feel like this. What is its origin? How it's arise? Like you keep analyzing, and you experience like it's like physical sensation. Yeah, when you get frustrated, you also experience the physical sensation, like burning, and you can analyze them. Oh, frustration is like that. Its nature is like that. Like not to judge them, but you analyze them. You analyze them and use them as the experiments tools, and you are the scientist. Look at them, analyze them. This is the technique. We call it mindful of your own distraction. Okay. So go to attitude. Let me read first. Okay. Then we can finish it today. Okay, here. The following attitudes are essential to success in practice. Most of them have already been presented, but we bring them together again here as a series of rules for application. 1. Okay, that is the attitude you have to develop, you have to cultivate as the meditator. 1 is don't expect anything. Just sit back and see what happens. Treat the whole thing as an experiment. Take an active interest in the test itself, but don't get distracted by your expectations about the results. Just sit back and you just take it an experiment. Means that this is self-exploration. What you are looking at is yourself, is your own mind, is your own physical entities. And whatever result is, I'm not worried about the result. If it is good, it's okay. If it is bad, it is okay. If it is calm, it is okay. If I will be enjoying the deep concentration, the deep calmness, it's also fine. If I enjoy the distraction, if I won't be, calm for 30 minutes, it's also fine. Like you have like simply don't expect me, because we don't want you to feel frustrated, because too much expectation leads to too much frustration. Like we learn to accept whatever the result will be. Okay, just that this is the attitude, because sometimes you can be distracted by the result. You sit breathing in, breathing out, because the result is you want to be calm, healthy mind. Okay, so this is a result. And then when you sit for 10 minutes, you don't experience the calmness. So then you try to compare between the result and now. I want to be calm, but now I'm experiencing distraction. No, you have to be at the moment. That is why Buddhists we call it be at the present. Whatever you are experiencing now, it is the subject of meditation. Okay, distraction, calmness. That is what, otherwise you will be anxious about the result. That is why don't expect anything. And then here is very important. For that matter, don't be anxious of any result whatever. This is very important. Let the meditation move along at its own speed and in its own direction. That is why you cannot force. Just let it flow. Breathing in, breathing out, distraction, okay. Take it as an experiment. That's why I said you are looking at yourself. Like this is the attitude we have to develop, but the purpose is to focus on the breath. Let it flow. Let it move along with own speed, because meditation has its own speed. Because I give you a simile that it's like a hot water. After being boiled, it needs time to be cool. You cannot force. If you force, you have to put normal water. It's not healthy. So when it comes to mind, it's the same. You cannot force. You cannot too much expect. Okay. Let meditation teach you. So they are life learning experiences. So it is full. I mean, even the distractions are learning process. They are teaching you something in life. They are teaching you about your own self. So meditative awareness seeks to see reality exactly as it is. So you have to look at them as the way they are, not as the way you want, because we want them to be like this. No, we just look at them and see them, observe them as the way it is. That is why we call it merely observing without reaction. It's clear. These are the attitudes, and if you want the book I can give you, you can go and read more. Whether that corresponds to our expectation or not. Corresponds? Correspond mean like similar. When it is similar to your expectation or not, it doesn't require a temporary suspension of all our, we call it preconceptions of ideas. Like preconception means conception that you have before you meditate, or ideas you have before doing meditation. Like meditation is like this, meditation is like that, Vipassana is like this. Like preconceptions and ideas must be put away for a while, not to take them into the meditation and compare between your experiences and experiencing now and whatever people say or you learn from meditation, because preconceptions and ideas. We must store our images, opinions and interpretations out of the way for the duration of the session. Is clear? We must store our images, like mental images, mental opinions, interpretation of the world, interpretation of the meditation, of the result. You have to put away during during the session, because otherwise, to be honest with you, I explain the same thing, like, because we learn a lot about meditation. Meditation is like this, concentration is like this, mindfulness is like this. When I sit, I am distracted by the opinions wherever in the book. I try to compare. The book says like this, why I cannot concentrate? Like, it's a conflict, fighting between the preconception and what you are experiencing now. So that is why meditation teachers advise us to put it for temporary, for a while. Any knowledge related to meditation, anything, you have to put down. What you are looking at is your mind. They are your own teachers now. This is clear? So this attitude you have to build up. And second one, don't strain. It means don't force anything. Don't force yourself. It means that don't make grand exaggerated effort. Exaggerated mean more effort, more, like more than you have. You have you have only 10% of energy, but you try to use it up to 20. No, that is why you have to know yourself. Meditation is not aggressive. Aggressive? Yeah, it's not aggressive striving. It's not aggressive effort. Okay, I want to do. No, like you force yourself, like you are aggressive with meditation. It's not aggressive. Okay, there is no place or need for violent striving. Violent?
Yes.
Yeah. No violent, no mental violence. No mental violence. Okay, I want to win. It's no mental violence. Okay, just let your effort be relaxed and steady. Okay, just relax. Okay, and third one, and tomorrow we can discuss more. Third one, don't rush, because don't rush to reach the result as quickly as you want. We people are very anxious about the result, and we are very hurry to get the result. Like, we are very competitive, to get the result. Every single of us, we like the shortcut. We like the short. We are that lazy, we like a shortcut. That is, we want to rush. That is why don't rush. There is no hurry, so take your time. There is no hurry. Same, I just repeat you, like remind you. Great thing takes time. What to do? That is patient. Don't rush. Settle yourself on the cushion. Sit as though you have the whole day. Okay, you have time. Like you have that. You need to maintain that attitude. Anything really valuable takes time to develop. Patience. Okay. When it is calm, it is calm. When it is relaxed, it is relaxed. Like, you don't, no rushing. This one is very important. And then I let you ask me the question. Don't cling to anything. Don't reject anything. Cling? Cling to? Cling to mean attached. Like, cling to. I like it very much. You are cling to it. So don't reject. That is why I told you yesterday, we are cultivating the good mental skill during meditation. It helps you to stay calm, to stay happy, in the middle of your distraction, your you call it mental chaos or mental irritants, psychic irritants. So this is the technique. Okay, let come what comes. Okay, let come what comes. Okay, that is why we saw don't cling and don't reject. Let whatever comes and then accommodate yourself to that. Accommodate means like adapt yourself, like comfort, we call it conformity. I think conformity, conform yourself to whatever, like not to reject whatever it is. If good mental images arise, that is fine. If bad mental images arise, what happened? That is fine too. Like when good mental images arise, what happened? If we have been not trained our mind, we attach to it, or we like them, or we cling to them. We cling to them because they are good mental images. Good, it can be good memory, any kinds in your life. You like it. Oh, I have been there. I have do like this. Like you like it. So that is why you are not allowed to cling to. Because why? Clinging and rejecting are the same edges, leading you to suffering. When you like, if it disappears, what happens? You feel sad. You like only good memory and you don't like bad memory. That is why when bad mental images arise, it is too fine, don't reject it. Okay. We call it no reaction, no judgment, accept them equally. Bad and good, they are just thoughts, they are just memory, they are just emotion. So this is the technique, okay? And again, look on all of it as equal, and you know that. Make yourself comfortable with whatever happens. Make yourself comfortable with whatever happens. When it is bad, when it is good, it is okay. It doesn't matter. Never mind. That is I call it never mindfulness. Never mindfulness. Never mind. You practice mindfulness, you have to practice never mindfulness. So both mindfulness, okay? Simply don't fight with what you experience. Just observe it all mindfully. Don't fight with them. Because today, I think you have been fighting with your own bad mental images, memory, thoughts, emotion, wherever. You fight with them. You reject them. That is why I told you, the more you reject, the stronger they become. So it's nature. So at least you learn, like that's why I call it, it's a life learning process. Meditation is a life learning process. You learn about your own self. Your own mind, your own emotion is your teacher. You learn something from them. Okay, that's all. Then we can continue tomorrow from 5, 6. And okay, you have any question related to what I have been explaining?
I just wonder when I was meditating, but I couldn't meditate when I took this journey for 7 months maybe. But after, when my conflict starts, I start again. But it continues like maybe
no mindfulness.
2 months, maybe 2 months. I
Oh,
after
you skip.
Yeah, I skip maybe 6 months.
Oh,
Then 2 months.
such a long time.
Yeah, 2 months I did. So I wondered that if I quit meditation, like they all comes up again like this powerful, this strong.
Yeah, correct.
So I should keep meditating every day.
Yeah,
This is
simply,
the-
yeah, this is a technique. Simply, your mindfulness has been weakened, has been weak.
Yeah.
So they are strong now. So that is why, to be honest with you, even happened to me. That's why when I feel that I can't control my emotion or my thoughts, then it reminds me of that you have to practice meditation. Then I sit, then I start again, like because of the tight schedule, and I don't have enough time. But to share with you from my experience, you can do it with eyes closed. You can use the attitude to analyze when the thoughts come, like because it will be helpful for your practice. I do that. Like even I don't sit for meditation when I walk. When something arises, I do self loving kindness. I do it as much as possible I can. When I am in the car, when I am alone, when I eat, when I am in my room, like when I don't do anything else, I do it. Okay, so sometimes when I talk with you, when I talk with everyone, I do the same thing. Like, may I be well and happy, may she be well and happy, like because this is the meditation technique. We call it loving friendliness meditation. Loving friendliness meditation, and I will teach you tomorrow how to practice that. Breathing exercise, the focus point is the breath, but when it comes to the loving kindness meditation or loving friendliness meditation, our subject is the phrase, whatever phrase. You have to mentally repeat it again and again as much as you can, as much as possible. Billion of times it's also good, like may I be well and happy, may I be well and happy, may I be well and happy, like you keep focus, you mindfully repeat it again and again and again. Sometimes you experience distraction, it happens. Sometimes you feel like connected to any kinds of event, like when you say the word kind, like you will experience the dog or person that you feel very pity, like because at that time, like when you are repeating again and again, that like your kindness is being cultivated, then that emotion will relate you to any kinds of event in life, that good life. You will feel pity about the dog, about animal, or someone, like you will miss someone you love, you like. It's about kindness. That is why we say it again and again. Like I say it again, like whenever, even I walk, even I talk. Sometimes but at the beginning it's very hard. But when you keep practicing and practicing, it's become a habit. When you sit and do nothing, like it pops up. Okay, may I be well and happy, may I be well and happy, may she be well and happy, may my mom be well and happy. Like this is so you can say whatever you want, like but my recommendation is loving friendliness. You can say it as much as possible. It is self-compassion, like love yourself without judgment, accept yourself without judgment. May I be well and happy. So when you say may I be well and happy, at the beginning you have to force yourself to feel the love, to feel the kindness, compassion within you. But when you practice more and more, again and again, constantly, it becomes a habit. You don't need to force to create that kindness or compassion. It automatically comes. Okay, so you can say that. I think you need that. May I be, or you can say, may I be well and happy. May I be happy, it's okay. May I be well and happy, may I be well and happy. Keep saying it again and again. It helps for sitting meditation. It is clear. You can say it. You can say it again and again. Even while you eat, while you sleep, while you're having a shower, wherever you go, except doing something, you can do it. It is clear. Just say that word. From like after we finish the talk, discussion, you can say, may I be well and happy. Or for sitting, you can do it. Okay, You can check today, like before breathing exercise, you can do it. May I be well and happy, may I be well and happy, close with eyes closed. May I be well and happy, may I be well and happy, may I be well and happy. Mentally say it, mentally, slowly, one by one. You will experience the calmness and you will experience your breath. Then you stop doing it, you observe your breath. If you are experiencing the distraction again, you can do it again. May I be well and happy, may I be well and happy. Okay, it is clear now. Okay, so you can check the technique. Okay, tomorrow I will guide you, and because I bring this book, New Direction in Health Psychology, so I read them, and because you asked me yesterday about the question, it was popping up in my mind while I'm traveling. This is one factor. Then I will explain you again if it's if I remember again. Okay, when it comes to the mental state, psychology have only two criteria: positive and negative. When it comes to the thoughts, when it comes to the emotions, basically emotions, psychology has only two criteria. One is negative and one is positive. But in Buddhism, beyond that, there is a neutral, in between the bad and good. Bad and good. So, like, that is we call wholesomeness, and to find happiness, psychologists suggest different kinds of activities: going to party, having a good relationship, being in the nature, or having fun, like the different strategies, different techniques to create the happiness. But Buddhism, not to create, not to find happiness, but to create happiness when you are alone. And when it comes to emotion, neutral emotion is to be practiced in Buddhism. Or there are 4 emotions, that kindness, compassion, equanimity, sympathetic joy, sympathetic joy, like be happy, or appreciate others' happiness, encourage others' happiness, encourage them to be happy. When they are happy, you encourage them. When they are having a good job, you are encourage them, you are appreciate them. Like it's about being happy with others' happiness, as we call it. So the final one is equanimity. Like equanimity is the mental state. It is an emotion. It's a mental state where you balance yourself, like not to depress when you experience the pain. Okay, not to depress when you experience the pain, not to be too happy when you are experiencing the kinds of pleasure. So this is, we have to balance them. Otherwise, we get lost again, because there are always two edges in modern psychology. But in Buddhism, we try to balance that emotions. It's one point, and another point is Buddhism promote physical health, mental health, social health, and spiritual health. This is I interpret from the verse of the Buddha, but the translation is, Buddha said, healthiness is the best gift, and then happiness is the best wealth. Okay, happiness is the best well. So I take it as mental health. So the health is I take as it a physical health. And Buddha said Visasa Paramanyati. Visasa means is a trust. Trust is the best relationship. So it's about social health, to maintain your relationship, whatever relationship you have with your mother, with your boyfriend. Like the trust is the best. Trust is the foundation of a healthy relationship, of a healthy social interconnections. The final one, Buddha said, Nibbanang Paramangdanang Nirvana. Nibbanang Paramang Sukhang is the best blissfulness in the world. So I take it as spiritual health. So, but in psychology you have, I think, 6 kinds of health: physical health, mental health, spiritual health, environmental health, social health. I think 5. So yes, they share the same factors related to the mental health. But Buddhism, again, I said, it's beyond that. It focuses on spiritual health more than physical health and mental health, because they are still temporary, like hanging around with friends, going there and that. So that is why we need spiritual health, and spiritual health to be practiced by your own self. It is very subjective. Okay, and then tomorrow, remind me, I will explain you, because you are interested in psychology. There are, I forgot it, life-changing style, no, therapeutic life-changing style. It is from health psychology. Okay, it's from health psychology by Dr. Roger Walsh. He's an American psychologist. Roger Walsh, I think. Roger Walsh. Yeah. He is. Yeah, learning style. I will. Then tomorrow I won't go anywhere. I will be around. So tomorrow we can meet. But tomorrow I don't. But it's a little bit hard for you or not, because after the breakfast you might find it's hard. But let us practice metta in the morning, metta meditation. Okay, from 7:30 after you walk. Or let me check the timetable. But
6 breakfast at 7. 7:30 walking meditation. 7:30 to 8:30.
Okay. Yeah, I will, at 1 hour I will teach you how to practice loving friendliness. No discussion? Okay, yeah. Okay. Ni Gevalash. What? Ni? I Gevalash. I Gejalash. I Gejalash. Okay, good night.